Hi everyone, and welcome to Almost Cancelled. I'm Peter, and as always, I'm joined with Connor.
Hey guys.
We're going to talk about Killjoys, and since Connor was moving house last week, we have two episodes to talk about. We have last week's and this week's, so that's episode 6, I Love Lucy, and episode 7, Heart Shaped Box. It's full spoilers for both episodes, as always, and first of all, I'll say this, I think it's amusing that the episode 7 is called Heart Shaped Box when it's the first episode of this entire show where I recognise the song.
Yeah.
And admittedly, I only recognised it because Hideo Kojima put it in Death Stranding. But I recognised it all the same, so I just thought I'll point that out. Now, we'll try and do this in order. So, episode 6, I Love Lucy. So basically for this one, Benicio del Toro was not available to reprise his role as the Collector. So they cast some other dude, and the gang went and seen him instead.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
He digitizes all of these things into these weird like USB stick things.
And then they like 3D print them when he wants them.
Although, according to the end of the episode, he can print multiples of them. At which point I'm like, well, are they that collectible anymore if you can just copy them to your heart's content?
Well, that's the thing. He talks about how it's not about the items, it's about like the story of the item.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know, but part of collecting's,
Well, yeah, I get that, but I think he wants unique things rather than just. It doesn't matter to him the value of the item itself. It's more why it's valuable, like to the person, rather than just money.
Yeah, okay. I thought his plot was a little bit just sort of back and forth throughout the episode.
Yeah,
I want you to do this, Dutch. I'll play a song for me in the head. Like it just, and then he was a villain, then he was kind of not a villain, and then I don't know. He was back and forth a little bit. I enjoyed the episode overall, though. I do have to say, like everyone had sex at the end, right? Not
yeah.
together. Like all three of the main characters went and had sex with different people. Dutch went to Alvin. John had Potter, and Dav had what might be the most raunchy sex scene I've seen in a non like HBO.
I was really expecting them to like full on show nudity at that point. Like I was like, they're really going for it with this.
And I didn't understand why, because as much as obviously she became a bit more important for the next episode, and obviously had the big ending, she was still just kind of like a minor character that had just been introduced. So it was really weird that they were giving like it was going on for a while, and it was like, oh, that's like side boob and oh, side ass, and like they're showing like underwear coming off, and then like thrusting while clearly being like there was a lot of like little details that you don't usually see in like regular TV
It's
sex.
usually you get like covered up by the sheets, and that's it.
Covered up by the sheets, and usually they'll already be there, or you'll see them start and then it'll cut away. But this was you very rarely get to see the actual act of taking off underwear.
Yeah, I thought that while I was watching. It was weird.
It was really raunchy, and don't get me wrong. I mean, they're both attractive people. I don't imagine anyone's objecting on that level. It was just kind of weird.
It was. I was at the point where I was wondering how far are they allowed to go on sci-fi?
I'm pretty much sure that was as far as they were allowed to go on sci-fi.
Yeah, I was watching. It's like I didn't think they could go this far.
I think they hit the line, like they hit the limit as to
Yeah,
what they were allowed. Because literally the only thing they could have done more than this would have been to start showing actual parts.
yeah, pretty much.
So no, that was like really raunchy, and even knowing the outcome, I'm still not entirely sure why it got like why they made it be that raunchy for that long.
I think maybe because it was so out of place, it makes you pay attention because you're very aware all of a sudden of how different this is to what you usually see. So you're immediately it brings it to focus, doesn't it?
Sure,
So
sure.
then you're actually paying attention to the scene. Well, often when we get to these montages at end of episodes, I know a lot of people tend to kind of tune out a little bit because they think, it's pretty much over. It's just a montage.
Don't ever say it's just a montage.
I'm not saying that.
There's
I'm
a
saying
fine art to montaging, I'll have you know.
no. I agree there is, but when a show ends at most episodes with one, I can see why people start to, you know, not pay them as much attention as other
I'm saying
parts.
that as someone who's actually shot stuff, and to actually fill up a montage, you actually have to do quite a lot of shooting.
Don't get me wrong, not criticizing that at
Yeah.
all.
That said, though, sometimes you'll find that a montage in movies is made up of deleted scenes. Like they'll realise, oh shit, this is an hour too long. All of that middle hour, we're just going to compress that into a montage.
Yeah.
Sometimes that happens. But no, so that, obviously it ended with her like the green shit coming out of her nose and out of her eyes and out of her ears, and she was like spasming on the floor, and it was a hell of an ending. I'll give it that. It was.
It was. It really got you.
That said, I think I enjoyed episode 7 more.
I don't know. 6. The thing is, I really enjoy with 6 is Lucy in the.
Okay, yeah, we should talk about Lucy actually having a body for like an episode. And
That
I
was
actually,
fantastic. And
honestly,
I wish it stayed.
do you know what? This show, this season, this is like 5 times they've made me think there might be a new person on the ship. Now, technically, Lucy's not a new person, but the idea that she might have this body and it might be permanent, like she might actually have like a physical presence now.
I thought they might have done it as well, you know. I really wish they had.
And that's the 6th episode. That's like, I think in 6 episodes there's been 4 possible new people on the
Well,
ship.
we had.
We had Potter, we had Alvin, we had the chick with the gun for the arm. The gun was named Alice.
Yeah.
And now Lucy. So that's 4.
Pre.
Oh yeah, 5. There you go.
5.
5.
5 in 6 episodes. Jesus.
So
damn.
you know, that was fun though. I did enjoy the her wanting John to kiss her, because it's always been a running joke that she likes John.
Yeah.
So this, I want to know what this feels like. This might be my only chance. And Dav's like standing there just awkward, like, oh come on, like don't.
It was good. It was really funny.
That was funny. But anyway, to get on to episode 7, Heart-Shaped Box. I had a lot of laughs with this one.
Oh, it was great. Yeah.
Right from the start, like, and it seems to be going on a similar sort of quality level to season 1, where around the middle it's starting to like, you know,
Pick up a bit more.
yeah, it's like there's like a sort of line going upwards in the graph, because right from the start, like when they put is it what's her name? Satine? No, it's not Satine.
Sabrine?
Sabine.
Something like that.
It's Sabine or Sabina. But the reason why I'm specifically trying to remember the name is because one of the moments that made me laugh was Dutch going, "It's Sabine. It's Sabine in a bag. Why did you bring me Sabine in a bag?" That was really funny.
Great,
but Dutch
yeah.
in general in the first part of the episode was really funny, because every time, like when Sabine woke up and she was talking to Dav, like she first woke up and she sort of smiled at Dav and asked where she was and all that, the way Dutch just kind of like popped into frame and goes, "Hi," and then punched her, was also really funny.
It was good. No, this whole episode, like I said, it started with the in the bag jokes. It's like, all right.
Oh yeah, and John saying, "We've got it in the bag." Oh,
that cracked me up way too much. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, that was good. Standout for me though was the ridiculous over-the-top beheading that happened
Oh yeah, that was glorious.
early on, because I thought she was just going to strangle him, and then I see.
Same, and they just go straight through. It's like, oh yeah.
Well, it's not even just straight through. You see the blood first, as if she's like doing it really tight. I'm like, oh, this is a really brutal strangling, and then it just kept going. And then,
Yeah.
and then they turn around and Joy notices her, and she's just standing there holding a
Holding the
decapitated
head. It's fantastic.
And then Dutch calls her Beheady McBetty, I think she calls her.
So yeah.
It was good. No, there was a lot of fun stuff in the first half of the episode, which I had a lot of fun with. Second half was good too. The second half advanced a lot of plot. We got a lot more, like, a few episodes ago we had the whole "it wasn't you," with Dutch on the planet that Dav's seen. So now Dutch is fully thinking there's actually another version of her. Like either it feels very soap opera to say an evil twin, but a clone or a twin or something.
Yeah.
It's sci-fi. It could be whatever.
Yeah.
So that was good. Obviously, Johnny's investigating more stuff for Potter, and he gets caught by that prick that's like sort of managing the wall around Old Town.
Yeah, it didn't end too well for him, did it?
Well, I've got a feeling that's maybe what the next episode will mostly be about. Is like Dutch and Dav will realize, where that he's where's he? Like, because it's almost like they don't notice that he's gone.
Well, yeah, because he goes to get the warrant in his solo. I really like that bit as well. And she's like, really, again? You know what happened last time?
Yeah. I'd actually kind of forgotten, but then she just lists everything that went wrong. I was like, oh yeah, I remember now.
Yeah, exactly.
It didn't go too well, did it? No, yeah. You should probably pay attention to this. So that was so a lot of interesting developments, but we got a lot more mythology with the green goo, as I'm going to call it. We have a weapon now that can kill sixes, a
Yep.
special blade, which apparently Klein wants Dutch to kill, who we're assuming is the evil twin, because it's just like a woman's name. I can't remember what the name was now on the bit of paper.
I think it begins with an
Amelia,
A.
maybe?
Al maybe? I don't know. Al
So,
something. I can't remember.
I don't know, it takes me episodes to get names, but never mind ones that are just written on a bit of paper.
And it literally got said once.
Yeah, but like Dutch immediately thinks this is the evil twin, as we would say.
See, the thing is, that feels like
Too easy.
yeah, like to go straight to it, like, and her to be right straight away. I don't know.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Obviously, there's a lot of good stuff with Sabine's, like talking to Dutch about how Dutch was being groomed to become a six, and this whole like emotionless like side of her, and why she likes being around Dav and Dutch is because they do feel things.
Yeah, we spoke a lot about how like they have the heart of the show.
Yeah, especially Johnny. Johnny's like the conscience of the
Yeah.
team. But I think the plot's really picking up, and there was a lot of interesting
No, I agree. I
developments.
think this might have been my favorite episode of the show yet.
Possibly, possibly. Even though you debated with me at the start of this episode, saying that you may have preferred last week's.
Well, no, no. I preferred parts of last week's for Lucy because, that alone is like worthy of a lot.
Okay.
But then this was probably a better episode overall.
I wonder if the actress who played the robot was actually her that does the voice.
It's a good question.
Because I assumed it would have been, but there was this weird sort of like dubbing effect they were doing to it, which was intentional, like because they wanted it to look like it was like an unnatural voice.
But
But
otherwise, she'd have had to dub over. Yeah,
so I'm assuming it was, but because of the way they did this like voice effect, it could have been a dub.
it could have. Yeah.
And even if it was her, she might have dubbed it anyway, so they could do all that
Yeah, that's true.
fancy effects and stuff. Um,
No, I liked it though.
yeah,
It's
that was
fun.
fun. That was fun. I think I enjoyed this week's more just because I thought the collector character was a bit dull, I guess.
That's fair enough.
Whereas this week, Dav's whole like searching for like even though once she becomes a six again, like he wants to give Sabine like a chance because she never chose to be a six. She was like forced into it,
Yeah.
just like he was potentially forced into it, and how Dutch was being groomed for it. So, but no, apparently Dav, possibly both brothers, but certainly Dav having sex with a six de-sexifies him for a little while.
I'm sure that's going to come up again.
Oh, I'm sure it will. Especially when the evil sister, who's already a six, shows up,
That's true.
and maybe he thinks it's Dutch, and they have sex, and then
Yeah, I can see it.
green shit all over the place.
Yeah, and obviously we got the bit at the end after Dutch shot her in the head, and it was like you'd assume maybe that was the end of it, but then she gets dragged away, doesn't she?
Yeah, the black thorn? No, not black thorn. That's from Angel. That's a real deep cut. But yeah, you know what I'm talking about. This secret society
Yeah.
are looking for Klein now because Klein rebelled because of something with Dutch, which is going to make Klein end up being some sort of weird anti-hero. I've got a feeling
Possibly.
because all along he's been doing it to save her or something. Like I feel like they're going to spin a lot of grey area with him rather than him being an out and out villain.
I'm alright with that.
Yeah, no, it's a fine way to go.
As long as I do it properly, that's fine.
Aye. Anything else?
No, I'm surprised that the show's really starting to pick up again. Like we've been saying, season two as a whole been better than season one,
Yeah, but it's a very similar incline at this part of the season, like it was last
which
season.
which really by the end of this season then should be, if it continues on that trend, it should be like really good.
With a bit of luck. So
Yeah.
that's Killjoys, episodes 6 and 7. Let us know what you think in the comments below. All that jazz. Like and subscribe helps us out a lot. Thank you very much for watching. We will see you next time.